All right, folks, welcome to the live stream. I'm just getting situated here on my end. So give me a moment to indeed make sure that I am live and we can get going here. Okay. It does seem like I am live. Welcome, folks, people of Earth. How's everyone doing? The two of you. Look, I want to give you guys a bit of a market update here. Go through Bitcoin, Ethereum, my paper portfolio, some news, and some altcoin setups that I'm very excited about. Although, I got to admit, guys, I'm not totally sold on the health of things in the short term. I am very wary about Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. So we're gonna go through that, and I want to mention some of these altcoin setups that I really like. I'm really excited about, but they're all barring on what Bitcoin and Ethereum are up to. So we'll see what we get out of them. We'll let a couple people trickle in here. I see Crypto Chronic saying, "Yep, you're live, perfect, man. Thank you for the bit of confirmation here." By the way, guys, since I'm gonna fuck around here for a couple seconds while people trickle in, has anyone listened to the Donda album? Apparently, they put out the the new Kanye album without his permission, and I've been listening to a couple songs, and unfortunately, fuck man, I wish I could play shit on a live stream, but it's actually not bad. Definitely not bad. You guys got to check out Jonah. That one's pretty decent. Jail's not too bad either. Off the Hurricanes, okay. I'm on Jonah right now, but damn, there's a lot of songs here. Anyways, folks, what up, everyone? 11 people here. Okay, folks, look, listen. Stop yelling at me. For the people just trickling in here, I want to do a Bitcoin update, Ethereum update. I want to run through some altcoin setups, portfolio update, and some brief news. And if you guys got any questions, just shoot them in the comments down below. So just give me a second to make sure this is all tweeted out and all the links have been sent. Okay, it is. So, folks, let's delve into the live stream. So let's talk about Bitcoin here. Now, if you guys follow crypto YouTube, I'm sure you've seen a lot of people talking about this ascending channel here. And I do agree that this ascending channel here is probably valid. And very concerningly, Bitcoin seems to be insisting on not respecting our green trend line here and seems to be breaking down. Now, for those who haven't seen my previous updates with Bitcoin, personally, for me, the key factor that Bitcoin needs to maintain to hold on to any bullish short-term momentum is 46K. We have the 200-day SMA right there. Also, if we go over to the weekly chart here, actually, here now you should be able to see that better. Actually, why don't we do this? There we go. Hopefully, you guys can see things a bit better here. So let's take a look at the weekly chart of Bitcoin, folks. You can see how crystal clear 46K here is. Actually, let's expand this for a second. 46K clearly marked Bitcoin's bullish phase up here and Bitcoin's bearish phase down here. So what have we done now? We broke above it, came back down to retest it, and held it as support. And whatever pullbacks Bitcoin has been having, pull back here, pull back here, pull back here, have all been higher lows, which is indeed very, very bullish. So I'm not too worried about any kind of major pullback. Actually, that's a lie. I am worried about a major pullback, but I don't see any signs of a major pullback quite just yet, as long as we hold on to $46,000. Folks, I want to get into some altcoin gems. I want to make tons of videos about altcoins, but I unfortunately do not have the confidence to bring you guys all these altcoin setups if I think Bitcoin's in a dubious position. Because if indeed it's time for Bitcoin to have a pullback, then I feel very wary bringing you guys a bunch of altcoin setups. So, but once we see maybe a retest of support or just a bit more bullish confirmation, we'll start pumping out the altcoin videos much more. But basically, here, folks, to boil things down, 46K, we have got to hold the line. If we get any kind of higher time frame candle start to close below 46K, let's say we have a daily open and close below 46K, below the 200 SMA, then we're probably going to test this low here. If we lose the next previous low of $44,000, then folks, we're probably going to test these low 40,000 regions. 41 to about $40,000 would be my guess. 50-day SMA, historically highly price reactive. 200-day EMA, historically very price reactive. So these are the three levels I'm looking out for Bitcoin. Let me turn off this magnet thing here. So level right here, basically the previous low. Don't worry about the color being red there. All right. And aside from that, 41 to about 40,000, which is the 50-day SMA and 200-day EMA, historically extremely price reactive. These are the three levels we need to look out for support for Bitcoin. All right. If Bitcoin pulls back here, that's still a higher low. If Bitcoin pulls back here, that's when I start to get worried. If Bitcoin loses this region here at 44,000, then that would be a lower low. And in that case, we would very likely retest these low 40,000 regions if we get a higher time frame candle close on a lower low. Now, folks, when should we all get worried about the state of the market? Look, guys, I love talking about altcoins, but we got to understand what Bitcoin is doing, because Bitcoin, if you understand what it's up to, is a shortcut to understanding what the rest of the market is up to. Now, I know probably a lot of you guys already understand that, but I really want to hammer home that point that Bitcoin is fully driving this market. If we have a healthy Bitcoin, we can talk about altcoin setups all day long. If Bitcoin's looking weak, if it's looking precarious, if it looks like it's on the verge of maybe a substantial pullback, then it's extremely risky to be long on altcoins. So it's absolutely critical to understand what Bitcoin is doing right about now. But to get back to my original point here, when will I get worried about Bitcoin? Folks, I'll tell you exactly when I'll get worried about Bitcoin, and exactly when I would start to consider that this whole rally could have been a massive bull trap if we get any kind of higher time frame candle close on a lower low below this region here, below about $37,500. Why is that? Because of the hash ribbon indicator. Folks, this has been one of the most accurate indicators for Bitcoin in its history. Every time we had a blue buy signal, it signals two things: that eventually there's usually a massive rally, and that the previous daily local low point was indeed the low. So let me repeat myself here, because this is an extremely powerful indicator that you guys can have in your toolkit that's free, by the way, that will really help us analyze Bitcoin. So let me say that again. Whenever we have a blue buy signal, the previous daily low was the local low, and we never made a lower low below it except for one time. And that one time was the global pandemic back in March 2020, where we had a blue buy signal here, and then we actually put in a lower low. But aside from that, it's never happened. Like, look, blue buy signal here, we never put in a lower low. Blue buy signal here, we never put in a lower low. Blue buy signal here, we never put in a lower low. And you guys can look it up for yourself. It's called the hash ribbon indicator. There's about I guess maybe about a dozen blue buy signals in its history, and they've all been extremely accurate except for one time. So basically what I'm trying to say here in a long-winded kind of way is that barring any kind of major black swan event, I do think this was the low. And if we get a daily candle close below this low, that's when I would get worried of all this being a bull trap and us potentially entering a bear market. So barring any kind of daily candle close below this level, then any kind of pullback Bitcoin may have to these three levels I've expressed would just be a macro higher low. So I see what indicator you guys are talking about. So I'm talking about this indicator right here, the hash ribbon indicator. There are a few versions of this indicator, but just go with the one that's should be the top result with the most numbers here. It's the most widely used. It's the hash ribbon indicator. It's totally free. It's been extremely accurate. I mean, we could just take a second here for fun, and let's go back to Bitcoin's past. I mean, you could do this on your own time as well. But look, point being here, look, blue buy signal, massive rally afterwards, and we never put in a lower low. One of the most accurate indicators for Bitcoin in its history. Look, actually, blue buy signal, but this might be messed up information because this is a Coinbase chart, and so Coinbase's information might be a little bit different than other charts. Because when it first came out, the information is kind of fucky. Like if we go to Bitstamp here, I bet you we won't see that, or maybe we will. Let's see here. Blue buy signal, and then you actually put a lower low. Yeah, okay, so the issue here is there's different versions. I don't want to get cut off on this one point here, folks, but there are different versions of this indicator. So blue buy signal. Okay, we did put a lower low. Um, I think I need to double check this, folks, because from my understanding, because there's different versions of this indicator, uh, it's only ever happened once. So okay, I'll have to look into this later because I've had issues with this before, folks, where different people will actually get blue buy signals at different points. So this indicator can be a little bit fucky. But point being, the vast majority of the time, isn't it funny how the one example I chose was, to look at was contradicting my point here? But look, I've heard the creator of this indicator talk about this, and he said that it's always been accurate except for one time. And I tested it myself, and it seemed to be, except for this one time. But anyways, folks, point being here, we have an extremely accurate indicator that's been very helpful in the past. So until we get a daily close below this level, I'm not too worried. But those are the pullback targets I'm thinking about for Bitcoin. If we are to pull back, and if we lose 46,000, then these levels become much more realistic. So just to kind of summarize a bit here, if we want to talk about altcoins, which I really want to talk about altcoins, we got to have a healthy Bitcoin. And for Bitcoin to be healthy, we got to hold 46,000. If we start to get daily candles open and close below 46,000, it greatly increases the possibility that we retest these regions I've mentioned before. So we got to understand what's going on with Bitcoin, folks. Now, if we have any kind of higher time frame candle close above 50,000, I think we're probably going to impulse up to about $53,000. And folks, one thing I'm going to try and do much more often in my analysis is take a look at the weeklies and monthlies, because it really cuts through the bullshit. It really gives you understanding of what's important here. Like, look at this weekly. Oh, it's perfect. It's super clear. Bullish zone, bearish zone, broke up, came back down and retested, held it as support, at least for now. So I really think that 46K is like the level we got to look out for. Now, aside from price action here, folks, by the way, everyone, like and subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified new uploads. It's very late where I'm at here, but that's okay. I like talking about TA. I like talking about this stuff with you guys. So, folks, something else we got to be aware of here is look at this daily RSI clearly forming a wedge. So if we start to break down from this wedge, then that could be our cue that, hey, we probably at the very least are going to retest these levels here. This is 21 EMA on the daily, and this is 200 SMA on the daily as well. Two critical high time frame moving averages that should act as at the very least temporary support. So basically what I'm trying to say here is whatever way we break out of this daily RSI is probably the next direction we go in, folks. Is this overexhaustion and overextendedness we're seeing going to manifest, or do we still have more pumpage? Well, depending on what way this daily RSI breaks out, I think will be very telling for understanding what the next major move is for Bitcoin. And just to show you guys the power of the RSI, and folks, look, people sell you indicators out the ass, the fucking ribbons and bands and clouds, and there's so many of these complicated indicators, dots and waves and VWAPs and volume things that nobody understands how to use or how they work. But folks, it's the simple stuff that can be so powerful. So let me just take a second here to show you guys how just the simple RSI could be so incredibly telling with what price action could do here. So for months and months, I was screaming from the rooftops. I was grabbing random strangers on the street and telling them, folks, look at the daily RSI for Bitcoin. Super crystal textbook clear resistance on the daily RSI. And look what happened the moment we broke out. I was screaming from the rooftops for months. Look, we broke out right here on the price action. That coincides with this daily green candle. Isn't it funny how I was saying for months that the second we break out of this thing, it's likely to be very bullish? That was that daily candle right there. And look what led afterwards. Look at what happened afterwards. He had a 54% pump after divergence from this trend line on the daily RSI. I was talking about this for months, folks. You have got to like and subscribe. All right. So that's going on with Bitcoin's price action. Also, another thing that has me kind of worried is the market is greedy, and we still are kind of in bull trap territory, folks. Like, I don't know if you guys follow a lot of crypto influencers. I try and stay up in like what's going on in the crypto world. And one famous crypto influencer, Richard Hart, the founder of Hex, is very famous as being one of the most public crypto people who are calling for this to be all some kind of massive, massive bull trap. And really, folks, until like we get more bullish confirmation, the possibility still exists that this entire rally was all a massive bull trap. Now, I don't believe that. I have my money in the market, but it is a distinct, real possibility that I want to share with you guys because I don't see a lot of other people bringing that up. Again, guys, I am bullish. I do have my money in the market, but what we're lacking, which is what's making me wary and is causing me to not make a lot of altcoin videos, is that we don't have confirmation. We do not have confirmation of a macro bull market. Now, I think we have more reasons than not to think that we are in one, but we don't have confirmation. We still have not gotten daily candles closing above $50,000, $53,000. And really, guys, until we get higher time frame candles closing above 60,000, then the possibility of a bull trap is very, very real. Once we're in price discovery, I'm going to breathe a massive sigh of relief and be like, okay, now the likelihood that we can go to 70, 80, 90, 100,000 is far more likely, but we're still not out of the woods yet, folks. So understanding Bitcoin right now is absolutely crucial if you want to understand what's going on with altcoins, because I own 0 Bitcoin, but I follow it and try to understand it religiously because it will determine what happens with the altcoin market. So the fact that we're greedy right now isn't very good. But again, guys, we're seeing those macro factors, on-chain factors that are very bullish. The hash rate is continuing to recover. This is a bullish confirmation, in my opinion, folks. A healthy hash rate just reflects the state of the network. We want a healthy hash rate for Bitcoin. For us to believe that Bitcoin's price hashing can continue to trend upwards, as we see here. When this, you see how this peak in the hash rate when this first dropped here, this coincided exactly when China started to crack down on miners, and there was a massive power outage in China that shut down a bunch of miners, and that was this drop in hash rate right here. So this was the beginning of the end. This massive drop was the beginning of the end. So hash rate, in my view, really serves as confirmation of the trend. So are we in a bull trend? Are we in a bear trend? If hash rate's going up, I think it's confirmation of the bull trend. So a healthy hash rate is what I want to see. As well, Bitcoin held on exchanges continues to decrease, which is also bullish confirmation as well. Because again, when we're trying to determine if we're in a bull market, if we're in a bear market, we really want to get a confluence of reasons. We want multiple indicators pointing in the same direction so we can be more confident of direction here. And so the less Bitcoin held on exchanges, the less supply, the less potential selling pressure. I interpret this as very bullish. So whenever we see dramatic spikes, rise or falls in the amount of Bitcoin held on exchanges, we'll definitely update you guys. Also, folks, do not forget to like and subscribe, share the live stream. Literally, the more likes we get, the more views we get. Bitcoin dominance right now. So altcoins, a select few altcoins are doing very well, but I don't believe we're going to see the entire altcoin market do very well until we see a substantial drop in Bitcoin dominance. And I don't think we're going to see that until we get a bit more confidence with Bitcoin. So basically what I'm trying to get across here is that once we get any kind of higher time frame candle close below 43.5% in Bitcoin dominance calculated by TradingView, I think that's probably when we see the next kind of major impulse in the altcoin market. For now, things are just kind of going sideways, suggesting that no one side of the market is really taking over the other side. So it's Bitcoin and altcoins are kind of on par on the whole. There are select altcoins that are really killing it, but on the whole, no one's really outperforming the other. Once we get daily candles close to this level right here, I think that's our cue that altcoins could start to really pick up here. Also, we have clear resistance here on the total crypto market cap. Folks, I don't think this really drives price action much. I view total crypto market cap as just confirmation of the trend and kind of a temperature check of the confidence in the market. And right now, what I'm seeing is quite a bit concerning. What I'm seeing is we had a massive rally. We're running right up against resistance. We have a clear neutral candle here that often signals a reversal point, and we're seeing a bit of rejection in a red candle here. So this is what I interpret as no bueno. I will breathe a sigh of relief once the total crypto currency market cap gets back above 2.15 trillion. Once we get higher time frame candles closing above that, I would interpret that as bullish confirmation. People are confident in the market, and we can see bullish continuation. Right now, I'm interpreting this as the market being extremely, extremely wary. And if we have a weekly close, anything like we're seeing right now, this is what the beginning of a pullback looks like. So we'll see what happens on that front there. Now, I promise you guys we're almost done with Bitcoin. After this, I'm going to do a brief update on Ethereum, Cardano, VeChain, some gems, some setups that I'm, barring what Bitcoin's doing, still look superbly interesting. Also, our paper portfolio and a bit of news. So, folks, like and subscribe. Now, for those who don't know, Crypto Crowns Cave, this guy is a very competent technical analyst. If you guys are looking for someone who really knows their stuff when it comes to TA in the crypto world, I highly recommend you guys check out Crown's Crypto Cave on YouTube. Also, his website, he has a free website that offers a bunch of free quant data. I like bringing this up because a lot of this information is paid for. I'm paying for a lot of this info on things like Glassnode, but I want to show you guys this info because you can find a lot of very important quant data for free. For example, the global funding rate. What does this tell us? This just tells us who's getting paid to long, short on futures exchanges. So without delving super in depth into what this is, basically what this means is whenever we see this green, it means most of the market is long. Whenever we see red, it means most of the market is short. And so if most of the market is long, well, then most of the market is bullish as well. The global open interest just tells us how many participants there are in the market. And typically the more participants there are in the market, the more frothy things are, and the more the bullish continuation can theoretically continue. We're also not seeing anything too dramatic in terms of Bitcoin entering and exiting exchanges. So nothing too crazy here. We're just seeing an increased number of people in the market, and those people are bullish. So again, we're seeing multiple levels of macro bullishness with Bitcoin. So nothing too crazy to panic about quite just yet. I mean, Bitcoin is still showing some signs of weakness, and we're seeing some signs of concern. I mean, that volume is going down, but we're really just trending sideways. So until we break down from 46, there's no giant reason to pre-panic. Just understand that these pullbacks are very realistic at this point. So, folks, that's enough about Bitcoin. Who wants me to talk about Ethereum? It's okay, I'll just talk about Ethereum myself. Anyways, guys, I am concerned about ETH. So, this green line here is 21 exponential moving average on the 6 hour. Whenever, folks, I've said this a lot. If you guys watch live streams, you probably already know what I'm going to say here, but it's important to reiterate because it's very, very powerful. Whenever you want to understand when an uptrend will end, find a moving average that holds that support throughout the length of the impulse. And typically speaking, when we have higher time frame candles start to close below it, it typically signals the end of the uptrend. Like, look here, folks. Uptrend, higher time frame, close below it, crash. Uptrend, hella support, 21 EMA, close below it, crash. Look at this guy. Like, it's everywhere you look. We start to close above it, uptrend. Daily candle close below it, downtrend. Daily candles close above it, uptrend. Daily candles close below it, downtrend. It's that goddamn simple. So what are we seeing right now? We're starting to close below it. We're starting to not respect it. We're not all throughout this uptrend held at support, but now we're showing that weakness. Same with the 21 EMA on the daily. So this green line is 21 EMA on the 6 hour. This one is the 21 EMA on the daily. So I see someone here in the comments bringing up an absolutely fantastic point here, which is don't forget to hydrate. Which I absolutely should not. Thank you for bringing that up. So, folks, bottom line is here. Ethereum showing some weakness. Ethereum is very much overextended. We're seeing lower highs in RSI paired with higher highs in price action, which is classic bearish divergence here. So I am a bit concerned about Ethereum, folks. Now, let's bust out the EMA ribbons. Okay, so we are right up against some kind of support. Very good to see. So typically speaking, folks, whenever we break above the EMA ribbons, we come back down and retest them at some point. So if we just kind of hold the line and don't put in a lower low below 2,900, then this all can be just interpreted as a retest of support. If you look at, if we zoom out here, actually, let's look at the whole price chart here. Guys, look at this. It's crystal clear. All throughout the uptrend, we held the daily EMA ribbons as support. We start to close below them, months of sideways moving price action and correction. Now, what have we seen? We finally broke above a support level that held a support all throughout Ethereum's parabolic impulse, which is very good to see. and we're now retesting it for the first time. So as long as we don't put it in any kind of crazy low or low, below 2,900, 3,000, then maybe this is just a retest here. With the weakness we are seeing in the market and the precariousness we're seeing, I would be very wary about any kind of continuation with altcoins as long as we don't put in local higher highs. Like, for me to start being very confident with altcoins, I think Ethereum needs to get daily candles closing above $3,320. Once we get that, we can get all confident with altcoins. Once Bitcoin gets daily candles closing above 50,000, then we can get confident with altcoins. But as long as Bitcoin and Ethereum are showing this weakness, then I wouldn't be looking for a lot of longs with alts. If anything, I'd be looking for a lot of take profit levels with altcoins. So before I keep going here, let's see what you guys are saying in the comments here. I see someone saying, Jibrin saying, I sold the BTC from 48,300. So do you think that I should close it now or I have to wait? I do not know what you're saying, Jabrith. Please, can you advise me, please? Well, no, man, I'm not your financial advisor. I don't know if you're trading. I don't know if you're investing. I don't know your situation whatsoever. Folks, you should not want a financial advisor. My hope in making these videos and live stream the channel is that if you consider the things I consider, maybe you become more confident in your own understanding. If you say, hey, look, this person has a different perspective, you grow in your own understanding and your own confidence. You don't want someone to trade for you. If you need someone to trade for you, and this is not an insult, this is reality because I like you guys, then you simply do not know enough about technical analysis. If you have to ask someone, then that's your cue that you need to put on your study hat and you got to learn more. And I'm saying this out of love. I'm saying this out of love because I know that the only way anyone's going to be successful in this market trading is if you have enough confidence in your own understanding to know what's up. So maybe you can elaborate a little bit more here so I can maybe do a better job of tackling the question. You're saying I sell BTC at 48,300. Are you saying you shorted? I don't know what you're saying here, bro. So elaborate if you can. If not, folks, you do not want someone trading for you. You want to learn what people consider and then become more confident in your own understanding. That's the goal. You want to be able to trade yourself. If you're needing someone to trade for you, then that's your cue that you gotta learn some more there. So that's going on with that. Now, I think that's pretty much all that's pressing with Ethereum here. I see someone saying thoughts on Kusama. Sure, we can take a look briefly at Kusama here. I want to then take a look at Cardano and VeChain after Kusama, but let's take a look at Kusama here real quick. Okay, so weekly. Let's see if anything pops out on the monthly. Okay, so for me to be bullish on Kusama, yeah, we got to get above 300. Look at this monthly over here. 300 right here. We're below it right now. Yeah, no, this is it's super simple. If you want Kusama to be bullish, we got to get daily candles closing above 300. If we don't, not good, because that would mean we didn't break above resistance on the monthly. So Kusama has got to get back above 300 and hold 300. Yeah, guys, look at this. Weekly candle close at 300. Resistance, support, support, resistance, support. It's clear. 300. Kusama, if Kusama can hold 300, Kusama can see bullish continuation. If we lose 300, then that's not good. Also, we're going to log. We're not going to log now. Okay, so there's this trend line, super clear trend line on Kusama here. Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, I think something like that makes more sense. So I think what we might do here is retest this trend line, maybe around 270, 275, 280. So if we hold the line at 280, that actually might be a great buy the dip opportunity. So I think we're probably going to form something of a descending triangle / wedge here. So I would say Kusama's probably going to break out of this pattern within the next 8-9 days. So for the next 8-9 days, we break out bullishly, get higher time frame candles closing above 300, 306. Then we'll probably see a continuation with Kusama. If we start to get daily candles closing below 260, 270, I would be worried in that case. declining volume. Yeah. Ultimately, folks, these alts are going to follow pretty closely with whatever Bitcoin's up to. Can you take a look at Phantom? I will take a look at Phantom, but before we take a look at Phantom, let's take a look at Cardano, because folks, I know a lot of you guys like Cardano. A lot of people are on Cardano. I'm into Cardano. I own Cardano. I like Cardano. Folks, by the way, smash that like button. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. The more likes we get, the more views we get, the more subscribers we get. It's that clear. So if you guys enjoy the live stream, then definitely smash that like button and share the video. So folks, just to briefly talk about Cardano before we, maybe answer some more questions here, is look, Cardano's been pumping to the moon, and what everyone wants to know is this going to continue? Well, for me, I'm a technical analyst, so I look at the price action. One thing I would definitely want to look at to understand if Cardano can see more bullish continuation is the monthly. If within the next 1 day and 20 hours, we can close above this previous peak here, this previous all-time high at 250, then in that case, we can probably see continuation. So basically what I'm trying to say here, folks, Cardano has got to hold above $2.50 within the next 1 day and 20 hours. If we can do that, the next few months could probably see bullish continuation. Now for fun, let's take a look at the 6 month. Yeah, it's bullish as fuck. Look at that. 3, yeah, super bullish. Actually, I'm glad, yeah, 250. If we hold above 250 within the next 2 days, we'll probably continue pumping. I mean, look at this. We're still just higher, low. Like, yeah, this is good. We're just going to hold above this next 2 days. If we do that, the next couple months will probably be good. Now, guys, we never go up in a straight line forever. Like, look at what happened the last time Cardano had a major impulse crash. Major impulse crash, major impulse crash, major impulse crash, major impulse crash, major impulse. What have we not had? Major pullback. So I think we probably at some point retest that 250, maybe. Let's see if we can hold that. So yeah, that's what's going on with Cardano. Someone's saying, thank you, man. So what's the ticker for Phantom? I forget. Is it FTM? Is that the ticker? Let me know if this is this Phantom? Oh, guys, I remember I was shorting this up here. That's a beautiful short. So someone's saying, take a look at Phantom. Thank you. No, thank you. Next person to say folks gets pistol whipped. Am I saying folks too much? Folks is like a replacement for it's like, what do you prefer? Would you prefer me saying or would you prefer me saying folks? So it's one of the other guys, folks. So Phantom, this is bullish as fuck. Let's take a look at the I would interpret this as a very bullish monthly candle. Is there no chart with more price action? Okay. Weekly looking good. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of history here. Look, man, the only thing I would say here is, like, if we can continue to close above 60, like, as long as we hold 60 cents, we'll probably see continuation. Like, that monthly is bullish, that weekly is bullish. So if we close anywhere near where we're at right now in the weekly and monthly, then we'll probably over the next few months see bullish continuation. So look, for me, it's quite clear, just as long as we hold 60 cents, then we probably see more continuation over long term. Now, short term, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we have some kind of pullback, as we never just go up in a straight line forever. So let's take a look. FTM. Let's see here. Daily is not even that much info. Yeah, man. Let's see here. Yeah, there's not too much I can say because we haven't even. Yeah, there's not much I can say here, other than the fact that if we hold 60, long term looks good. What's going on with Phantom? Someone saying check XTZ. This is Tezos. Tezos is an old one. Tezos is not really doing a whole lot, is it? When's the last time anyone heard about like Tezos development or a new Tezos partnership? I mean, maybe there is, and I'm just not paying attention. I mean, but I have not been hearing a whole lot about Tezos here. So let's take a look at the monthly. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Well, this made my job extremely easy. It's extremely easy to understand what's going on here with Tezos. If we get a monthly closing above $5.60, then we can probably see continuation. If we close right where we're at right now, that could be interpreted as us getting rejected off resistance. So what I would want to see is a little bit of room above 560. Like if we get 570, 580, we will probably see continuation over the long term. Like that's super clear, folks. Like look at that monthly 1, 2, 3 months of rejection off the same goddamn level, and this is the monthly closes in a day in 20 hours. So it's super clear. We get, if we start closing above 570, we'll continue. If we don't, that's not good. It's not good. Oh yeah, this. Yeah. So in terms of pullback targets, if we do pull back, I mean, I think something like this. Again, guys, like alts will mostly follow whatever Bitcoin does, but I think a pullback to maybe 450 in the worst case makes a lot of sense. Like if we get rejected off that, $6 region, then 450 is probably realistic. H bar. Let's take a look at H bar. All right. H bar. What is H bar up to? Oh, you know what? I really want to draw a trend line here. Hold on. Ooh, look at that, folks. H bar is running right up against resistance. I love drawing these kinds of trend lines because if you can break out of these things, then you could really take off. So for me, it's pretty simple here. If we can get higher time frame candles like a daily closing above 27 cents, like if we do something like this, where we break out, come back down and retest 27 cents and spend like a couple days here, then in that case, we could probably see continuation. Resistance probably coming in around here around like 29, 30 cents. So if we get above 27 cents, we can probably test that 30-cent range. If we get above 30 cents, then there's not much stopping us from all-time highs. This looks like a massive bull flag. I like this. If we can get some confirmation, break up, hold 27, then we can probably see continuation. I like that setup. It's very similar. So, guys, look, I know a lot of people are throwing out tickers here, and I can keep going with these tickers if you guys want. But I want to share with you guys some really beautiful setups that I've been sharing in our VIP Discord group that I think, if we can get some, bullish confirmation with Bitcoin, Ethereum, then these setups start to look absolutely gorgeous. So without further ado, allow me to share these. We can, maybe keep answering some questions later on here. But guys, VeChain, you motherfuckers. Look, guys, VeChain, in my opinion, if we get confirmation of this bull market, let's say Bitcoin, is in price discovery, I think VeChain is one of the easiest 5 to 10x's you can make in this market. Guys, VeChain, it's my favorite, like mid cap. Super solid fundamentals, massive community behind it, which is very important and has a lot of upside potential. And the resistance level is like ultra clear. So VeChain, if it gets any kind of higher time frame candles closing with 14 cents, we're testing all-time highs. And if we're testing all-time highs, we're entering price discovery. So 14 cents, the day you wake up and you see VeChain above 14 cents and holding above 14 cents, that's when you know that VeChain has a very good sense of retesting all-time highs. It's a very good chance of retesting all-time highs during price discovery. I love VeChain a lot. Also, if we zoom in a bit here, actually, if we go over to this chart, VeChain is very clearly in a descending triangle here. We're looking to break out within the next 2-ish weeks. So understanding the next major, if we want to know what the next major move is with VeChain, we're just going to follow whatever way we break out. So guys, like and subscribe. Whatever way we break out, I'll probably make a video about it on the channel. I love VeChain. I feel confident shilling it because it's one of those coins that has super solid fundamentals, long-term staying potential, but also very high ROI in my opinion. If you're considering, the top 50 market cap coins, VeChain is one of those that has a very high ROI potential, in my opinion. VeChain is like one of my biggest bags. It's like my top 3 biggest bags. I really like VeChain. So a higher time frame candles above 14 cents. I think that's the confirmation we need to start really exploding here. Break out within the next 2 weeks. So yeah, no, that's pretty much what's going on with VeChain here. Also, like VeChain is doing the same thing that we're pretty much seeing market wide, which is we're retesting support. So like I showed you guys earlier in the live stream, how Ethereum held its daily EMA ribbon all through its uptrend. VeChain held it more like beautifully. Like look at this, guys. Ever since 1.5 cents, we held the daily EMA ribbons all from 1.5 cents to basically 30 cents as support this entire run. So this basically, just for the sake of argument, for the ease of argument, 30x. VeChain had a 30x, all while holding on to the daily EMA ribbons as support. And what are we seeing right now? We're seeing that VeChain broke above, and now we're coming back down to retest it, and we're for now holding it as support. And isn't it funny how all throughout the massive downtrend and massive sell-off, we held it as resistance? So now we broke back up, we're coming back down to retest it. So what I'm trying to say here is, if we can hold on to 1.5 cents, very good sign. Really, I think it's 10 cents though, because if we start to get daily candles closing below 10 cents and we're losing our EMA ribbons on the daily, we'll probably pull back further to about 9 cents. I'd say, like, I think we'd lose a whole cent pretty quickly if we lose 10 cents. So 10 cents critical support, 14 cents critical resistance. That's what I'm looking out for with VeChain. Now, what are you guys saying here? Bitcoin in free fall. Is this a free fall? Someone's saying here in the comments, Juan Carlo saying, Bitcoin's in free fall. It is going to 30,000. It is in the range of 49 and 47 since August 20. It is failing. It is going to 30,000 or $20,000. Ethereum going to 1,700. Well, man, look, anything is possible. But what I'm looking at is higher highs and higher lows, and we're flipping major resistance and support. So yes, we're overextended. Yes, we could pull back, but as long as Bitcoin's putting in higher highs and higher lows and flipping major resistance and support, which are the three critical factors we need for us to be in a bull market, then I would not be spreading FUD about us collapsing. Now, once we've put in lower lows and lower highs and we're losing support, yeah, sure, then we can have a conversation of all this being a giant bull trap. But there's no need to pre-panic because we're still putting in higher highs and higher lows, and we're still flipping major resistance into support, which is all extremely bullish. Now, we are a bit overextended, so pullbacks are very realistic, but it hasn't happened yet, so there's no need to pre-panic before something hasn't happened. So someone says, can you take a look at Cardano ADA? I did take a look at Cardano ADA just a couple minutes ago. So maybe you can, go back a couple minutes because we talked about it, but just to briefly, touch on it again for the newer people. It's quite simple. I think as long as we have a monthly closing above 250, then we probably see bullish continuation over the next couple months. Now, guys, look, I want to show you guys my gems. Guys, these coins I'm about to mention, these are the kinds of coins, you add to a watch list for once we get bullish confirmation with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Then these are some of my favorite setups in the altcoin market. Because look, I want to bring you guys things that haven't pumped yet. Because look, things like Terra Luna, things like Solana, things like Cardano, they've already pumped to the moon. I want to bring you guys solid altcoins that haven't pumped yet, but if we get bullish confirmation with Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think I have a very good chance of pumping and catching up to what some of these other projects have done. I think they're just kind of lagging behind Solana, Terra Luna, and Cardano, like VeChain. I think VeChain is just lagging behind the rest of the market. So if we can get some confirmation, I think we see continuation. So that's going on with VeChain. Sushi Swap. I also really like the setup, although we seem to be losing support. Basically, this seems like a giant bull flag. Clear channel here. We broke above it. We came back down to retest it. We were seemingly holding it as support. We seem to be breaking down below it right now. But the question is, will this just end up being a wick, or will we fully close below it? I think we have a daily candle closing below 11 cents. Like $11. Yeah, then Sushi Swap can probably have more of a substantial pullback. I'd guess to about 950. So the question is, will we hold $11? Will this just be a wick or not? So if we hold $11, we probably see continuation. If we lose 11, probably 950. But guys, if we get bullish again, if we start to close back above 1280, then this looks like a massive bull flag to me. And DeFi is starting to really heat up. Guys, look at this. One reason why I'm optimistic is because we're seeing kind of what I interpret as bullish confirmation with the market. The total value locked in DeFi put in a new all-time high recently. This is a vote of I interpret this as a vote of confidence in what's going on in the market and these specific protocols. People are putting their money in this market. In fact, a new record was made of people putting their money in this market and utilizing DeFi. So there is users here. There's growing users. So what I'm seeing here is actually divergence where price is going down, but users are increasing. So I think all we need is confirmation with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then we can be all gung ho about these setups here. So give me a second to drink some water here. So that's my second favorite altcoin setup. Sushi number one, VeChain, then Sushi, and then the GERT. I made a video about this. I've been talking about this. I think we're maybe a bit early on this move, but guys, the graph is an example of an altcoin that's very undervalued, that hasn't pumped yet, but that over the long term, if this is truly a bull market still, will eventually, I believe, catch up and pump similarly like we've seen Solana, Terra Luna, Cardano pump. I think, projects like the GERT is just lagging behind. So it's hard to find solid altcoins that haven't pumped to the moon yet. And I think the graph is an example of a solid altcoin that hasn't pumped yet. Guys, I don't want to bring you guys Solana and Terra Luna. They've already pumped. I want to bring you guys the coin that 1 month, 2 months from now will do what Solana and Terra Luna did. Don't chase pumps. Chase what's undervalued. And the GERT is an example of something that I think is very, very undervalued. Now, the timing for this is going to be a bit difficult because, again, what happens with these altcoins is just purely dependent on what Bitcoin and Ethereum do. But just assuming that Bitcoin and Ethereum get bullish again, let's say we put in a higher high, then also probably have the confidence they need. They need to see continuation. So I think the GERT is something we should definitely have on our watch list, guys. We broke out of a trend line that's been resistance for half a goddamn year. This is bullish as fuck. So if we can hold on to, I'd say 80 cents and the daily EMA ribbons, we probably see continuation. We get higher time frame candles closing above $1.12. We're probably going to retest a lot higher levels. So, folks, look, guys, this is a long-term play for me. All right. Basically, and it's super short term here. If we lose 80 cents, then we could probably pull back more substantially. If we can get above $1.12, then we could probably pump quite substantially. So that's what I'm looking out for the graph. But look, if you're asking me where can I see this in a month or 2 or 3, I would be extreme, guys. Like if we're in a bull market, this thing's gonna pump. We just need confirmation. We don't have confirmation. We need Bitcoin above 53. We need Ethereum above 33.70. We gotta have confirmation. We get confirmation, then in my opinion, it is just a matter of time, whether it's a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months, before this thing starts to look a lot more like Cardano, starts to look a lot more like Solana, starts to look like a lot more like Terra Luna. So, folks, do me that favor, like and subscribe. And for everybody asking, the symbol for the GERT is GRT. This thing's listed on Binance. Super interesting use case. It helps projects create APIs. I really like this thing. I think it's just a matter of time before it pumps. So let's see here. Look, guys, I'll do a quick portfolio update. For those who don't know, I'm doing me and Messin, both on this channel. We're building a paper portfolio from scratch, starting with $5,000 and we're dollar cost averaging an additional $100 every week. So now's the time to buy something. And so right now, I'm going to add another $100 worth of sushi because sushi is down in my portfolio. And guys, I love that setup. And again, it's just a matter of time for sushi pumps, in my opinion. So I just bought another $100 worth of sushi for this week, lowering my average entry price because I'm pretty much up on everything except my recent purchase of sushi. So I've added a little bit more sushi. Guys, this looks like a massive fucking bull flag to me. For me, it's just a matter of time. Like, look, DeFi is growing. And sushi is going to, I think, has long-term staying potential. So if we're getting bullish confirmation, we're getting higher highs in total value locked in DeFi, while price is going down, this is bullish divergence, or at least I would interpret it in that way. We're seeing users grow and the price is going down. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. This is fully being driven by the fear of what's going on with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I think that this just needs time. I think this is just like a month or 2 months down the road. Guys, like old place, VeChain, Sushi, the GERT, like I don't think these things really pump until maybe like a month or 2 or 3 down the road. So don't expect to, if it happens earlier, great. But I would expect these things to kind of, not pump tomorrow. Unless Bitcoin and Ethereum decide to just absolutely moon, then they'll pump. But I think these are a little bit more long-term plays, 1, 2, 3 months kind of moves here. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for with those. Someone's asking for Matic. Yeah, guys, look. So listen, this is most of what I had. I stopped listening to the Donda album just to come live stream with you guys. Look, you gotta like and subscribe because right after this, I'm gonna go listen to Donda. Matic was my first 100x, guys. Fucking love this thing. I actually got 100x for this thing. That's crazy. I never thought I'd actually get 100x. 100x. It's such a meme in crypto. You see, all these people say, "Oh, watch this video, you get 100x." But guys, it actually happens. I actually got 100x out of Matic Polygon. I bought. My average entry, I think, was below 2 cents. I sold at $2. My first 100x. Okay, so aside from me, weekly, monthly, let's see what's going on here. Okay. Yeah, so I would want to see this thing get above $1.40. Yeah, if we get above $1.40, we can probably see bullish continuation. I'd say critical support is something like this. I think we're probably forming a bit of a wedge here. Like, yeah, this might not be perfect, but I do think I could squeeze in some kind of wedge pattern here. Yeah, I think it's going to break out soon. Yeah, within the next week. Okay, so we're going to break out within the next week. If we start to lose $1.30, that's probably bad. We're probably going to fall back down to, say, $1.13, $1.10. Now, if we break out bullishly and get above $1.55, then we can probably test these highs here. If we test these highs here, we're probably going to break out because the more times we test the region, the more likely we are to break through. Now, over long term, bullish price targets. Let's say Bitcoin's at 100,000. Could I see Matic Polygon at 320? 480, 750. I think those are realistic bullish price scenarios if Bitcoin's at around 100,000. So I look at this thing over the long term. Vitalik Buterin, for those who don't know, is the founder of Ethereum. He's even said himself that even once Ethereum 2.0 is fully rolled out and all the scalability mechanisms are fully implemented, second layer scaling solutions like Matic Polygon are still going to be necessary because Ethereum 2.0 is going to 100x the scalability of Ethereum, but the demand for Ethereum is 10,000x, 100,000x, a millionx. Because what Ethereum is just a mechanism to build use case that benefits from censorship resistance. So basically, any use case you can think of that benefits from censorship resistance will, I believe, one day make its way onto the blockchain. So social media, finance, gaming, just anything you can think of that benefits from censorship resistance, I think will one day make its way onto the blockchain. So right now, the major use cases for ETH are DeFi and NFTs. But I would wager if we come back 10 years from now, 20 years from now, there's going to be dozens of major use cases on Ethereum, social media, major banking networks. Who knows? Use cases we can't even think of right now. So the demand for scalability is pretty goddamn endless for ETH. And so things like Matic Polygon will always be in demand. So I definitely believe in the long-term future of this thing. If you held this thing for the next 5 to 10 years, I think it would appreciate. I think there's long-term safe potential. So yeah, I believe in this in long term. Short term, I think $1.30 for support, $1.70 is resistance. There you go. Nice. Someone else is saying I got 100 extra off Matic as well, also with Phantom. Congratulations, Mark Rakozy. Apologies if I mispronounced your name. Says just join the VIP. Welcome, brethren, folks. Listen. I want to give you guys a bit of a quick VIP Discord update. I know, I'm shilling, whatever, but folks, we've been killing it there. I'm shilling it for a reason. My Solana call did over 200x. I called Solana at like $6. ADA, I called it once we got above the 100 EMA on the daily. It made 100% move to the upside. My Hex call is up over 50%. Guys, we've been killing it in there, and we're going to be adding so much more value. And I'm going to give you guys an update. Folks, come early September, we are going to be increasing the prices of our VIP disc group by a lot, because there's so much value in there already. We're underpricing it so much, it's crazy. And we're adding additional value because right now we've been doing a lot of like swing trading, a lot of long-term investing, but we're going to start bringing in a lot more charting stuff, a lot more short-term stuff, a lot more trading stuff. So much value in there already that's already underpriced. We're going to be adding so much more stuff in the very near future here. So come early September, we're going to be greatly increasing the prices of our VIP disc group, like by a lot, guys. But if you sign up before we implement the changes, you will get grandfathered in at the cheaper prices, and you won't have to pay anything more. So we're now kind of like the mid tier is like $9. So for our existing members and for people that sign up before we implement the changes in about a week, early September, you will not have to pay anything more, and you will get grandfathered in at the cheaper prices. If you sign up after we implement these changes, the price is going to increase by a lot. So folks, if you've been sitting on the sidelines, I highly encourage you guys to sign up to our VIP disc group before we increase the prices by a lot. Link for that is down in the description below. You get access to our Patreon. Also, guys, if you guys want access to our take profit strategy, where we share the factors that we'll be considering when trying to time when to sell our long-term portfolios, then definitely check out our VIP disc group. It's not a signals group. We just share with you guys what we consider, and then you make your own decisions. But yeah, guys, I don't want to show too much. I just want to let you guys know we're going to be increasing. We're going to be putting in a lot more stuff, increasing the price by a lot. Existing members and people that sign up before we bring the changes in will not have to pay any more money. The increase will only come into effect for the people who sign up after the changes are made. We'll be updating you guys more and more as we get closer to the changes, and we'll share more details as to what we're adding in our group as those things are added more and more. Messin has been very busy, and so we're still sorting out exact details and how to share it. But just want to give you guys that update on what's going on with our VIP district group. So enough shilling. I feel gross when I shill too much, but we've just been killing it in there, and I want to help you guys out. So someone here is asking about Doge. So why don't we take a look here at Doge? And then maybe we can start to wrap up soon here because I kind of want to go listen to Donda. All right, Doge going 0.5 cents. 5 cents. Well, 5 cents is all the way down here, man. Are you saying 50 cents or 5 cents? Because 50 cents would be quite a dramatic sell. So I don't know. Guys, another thing too. You know what? I think I need to lighten up on Dogecoin and XRP. Because for those who've been following the channel for a while, you'd know that I've been a bit of a hater when it comes to Dogecoin and XRP. And while I do think there's still very, very valid criticisms when it comes to investing in these things, I think I need to lighten up on my hate, because I think now that there's so many users and so many people behind Dogecoin, it's created a use case out of thin air simply through having users. So I think Doge actually might now stick around over long term, although its technology is still shit and there's still a lot of reasons not to like it. But basically here, guys, look, I think there's a pretty clear trend line right here. If we start to break below this, that's when I'd get worried. If we have higher time frames closing above 35 cents, we probably pump to, I'd say 40, 45 cents. Yeah, that's what's going on with Doge there. So also a bit of news here, guys, is the number of stablecoins held on exchanges is steadily increasing. This purple line here is the amount of stablecoins on exchanges. This is very bullish because the more stablecoins, the more potential buying pressure. Also, the amount of USDT held. The number of addresses with a non-zero balance of USDT is increasing. So more stablecoins, more buying pressure. Stablecoins are going up. This is bullish. So there's a little bit of bullish news for you guys. Also, it's kind of interesting here before we wrap up. El Salvador, some do not like El Salvador's move to adopt Bitcoin and implement Bitcoin. They're saying that the price fluctuates too much. And you got to think, look, like imagine you're kind of some you're a family-owned business, you're a vendor, you're selling whatever you're selling, and all of a sudden now you have to accept a currency that day to day could drop 5, 10, 20, 50%. Now, for investors, for that might not seem like a big deal. You just say, long-term hodl. But for some people that need whatever income they get from their work to pay the bills and put food on the table, the volatility of Bitcoin becomes an issue. So I could see how for smaller vendors and accepting Bitcoin could be an issue. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. So I just want to bring you guys that bit of news that some people are protesting this. A lot of people would have probably anticipated that this would have been very well received, but there are some people who are very skeptical over this change. So let's go on with that, folks. Now, if anyone has any final questions, now's the time. If not, I might start to wrap up here. What are your thoughts on ICP? Let's take a look. Internet computer. Now, I'm not super familiar, but there was some problems surrounding the project. Okay, what's going on here? There's definitely more price history than this. Where can I? Okay, here, Coinbase. Okay, so regardless of what you think about the project itself, this actually looks bullish. Like, not on a super high time frame, but what I'm saying here is that there's signs of bullish reversal. Like it's very clear that the bulls are taking over slowly but surely. Like wedge broke out. Now we're coming back down to retest these highs, and as long as we can hold above these, like if we can hold above, $70, then we could probably see continuation. So fundamentals, I'm not sure. Price action wise, we get above 70, we're going to test 76, these highs here. If we get above 76, we could probably see continuation. Next major resistance, I'd say 88 this wick, and then 104. So there's definitely upside here. It definitely seems like the bulls are taking over. As long as we keep putting in higher highs and higher lows, we could probably see continuation. What else are you saying? Take a look at Meta Hero. It will be huge. What's the ticker on Meta? It's just Meta. What's the ticker, man? I don't know the ticker. So just send me the ticker. Folks, like and subscribe. Click all the buttons. YouTube likes it when you click buttons. Thoughts on Bake? Let's take a look. It sucks that I can't listen to music on live stream. Bake. Okay, well, let's take a look at the monthly. Is there a chart with more price action? Okay, well, that monthly's not terribly helpful. Hero? Okay, I'll take a look at that after. All right, weekly, not looking too bad. Rounded bottom. That's not terrible. Yeah, I think if we can hold above 285, we'd probably see continuation. I think we can draw a trend line here. Something like this. I think as long as we hold this thing, we're probably going to continue to uptrend. As long as we hold that. So let's see here. How far are we from all-time highs? We're down 66. This is an NFT play, an NFT marketplace on Binance Smart Chain, is it not? I think it is. Interesting. I'm actually open to this. Yeah, okay. So if we respect this trend line, we probably see continuation. If we can get above $3, higher time frames closing above $3, it'll probably see continuation. Buy the dip on the trend line. Stop loss at maybe 250. Yeah, no, it's interesting. I think as long as we hold this, we'll probably continue to trend up. $3 is the major resistance. We get above that, we'll probably impulse up next. Yeah, bullish. I like it. Okay, what else are we saying? Hero, but you won't find it on TradingViews. Okay, man, if I can't find it on TradingView, then can't chart it. Also, am I still bullish on Decenter? I am bullish as fuck on Decenter. I love Decenter. Look, guys, Decenter for me has always been a fundamental play. The price action is shit. Like the chart's just, it's not a good looking chart. But the fundamentals are just so good that like if you ask me, Bitcoin's at 100,000, what's the center at? I would bet a lot of money that the center would be in price discovery. So the center for me is just a bet that if Bitcoin is truly in a bull market and if it enters price discovery once again, it's just a matter of time before this thing enters price discovery once again. Because look, this price action is shit. And let me take off all this garbage. Hold on here. Yeah, fuck this. This is a bunch of nonsense. All right, look, I'm gonna simplify this. There's a lot of garbage here. Hold on. I should make that an NFT, huh? And sell it like as art. All right, um, so we're seeing some good signs here. So Decenter broke above 10 cents, came back down to retest it, held it at support. This is very good because as we can see, it's been historically extremely price reactive. Broke above, support, resistance, broke above, came back down to retest it, held it at support, and then massive launch off. So for Decenter to start to look bullish, we got to hold 10 cents, and we did. We broke above it, came back down to retest it, held it at support. Now, concerningly, we impulsed up and got rejected pretty hard off 20 cents here. So major resistance in my mind is pretty clear. 20 cents here. Like, look, rejection, support, rejection here. 20 cents the mark. If we get higher time frame candles closing about 20 cents, then in that case, we'll probably see new all-time highs. Now, while there was a lot of bullshit lines earlier, I think something like this is pretty relevant, where I think we could just be forming like the mother of all descending triangles, where the support is like something like this. So if this is what we're looking at, just like the mother of all descending triangles, and we'll just, we have, let's see, 111 days before we break out. So look, this is a fundamental play for me. For those who don't know, the center is just a better version of basic attention token. The tokenomics are better. The utility is better. Are the release more interesting? It's ultra low market cap, so super risky play, high risk, high reward play. Fundamentally, like this price action is not great. Once we get above 20 cents, we'll probably see continuation. Once we get above that white trend line, we probably see continuation. So over the long term, I like this thing. Price action is pretty terrible. Those are my thoughts with the center. Have I looked into covalent CQT? Guys, look, I was supposed to wrap up like a while ago. So here's what we're going to do. You guys got to smash that like button because it's literal. The more likes we get, the more views, the more subscribers we get. So if you like the live stream, definitely smash that like button. So I'll take a look at CQT here. That's not good. Damn, it's long. That's a long ass wick on a monthly. Okay, so this is pretty fucking obvious. All right, so it's pretty obvious. Major support is $1.20. Yeah, $1.20. We lose $1.20. We're probably gonna like cough up most of this rally. Like, guys, this is not like $1.20 has got to hold. If this doesn't hold, like if we get a daily candle open and close below $1.20, I mean, next major support is 70 cents. So I would be very wary. Descending triangle breakout probably pretty soon here. Within the week, this thing breaks out within the week. So within the next week, we'll know what the next major trend is. I don't like these kinds of move, guys. Like this massive parabolic run up out of nowhere, long wick to the upside, lower high. This looks terrible. This looks bad. But as long as we hold $1.20, there's hope. If we lose $1.20, then 70 cents becomes a lot more realistic. So yeah. Thoughts on waves? I've heard about waves. Waves is an old coin from back in 2017. The 2017 coins have not been doing crazy well. So let me see. So this is not bad actually. I think we got to get above 27.30, but it's not terrible. Actually, look at this monthly. This monthly is actually very bullish. Like, as long as within the next 1 day, 20 hours, we hold above 24.75, that's actually bullish. And over the next, couple weeks, couple months, we could probably see continuation. So, yeah, no, I think we just got to hold 24.70 in the short term to remain bullish. close above 27.36, we probably see continuation. So I think we just got to leave this range. Like we're just clearly in a range here. And whatever way we leave that range will probably trend in that direction. So question is, will the Bulls take over or will the Bears? And there's that clearly defined range right there. We're also above the daily EMA ribbons, which is good. So, I mean, not bad. I think we just need continuation. I'm not crazy familiar with the fundamentals. Yeah. So, guys, look, I've been live streaming for over an hour here. I think I'm going to start to wrap up. Like and subscribe. Click all the buttons. If you've been sitting on the fence, join our VIP disc group before we increase the price by a lot. Folks, the people already in our VIP disc group and the people that sign up before a week's time will get grandfathered in at much, much cheaper prices. I got to stress this. Once we implement these changes, the price is going to be going up by a lot. We have so much value in there, and we're going to be adding even more values soon to our group. So, guys, I don't want to show too much, but just want to make it clear, our existing members will not pay any more. You will get grandfathered in at the cheaper prices. People that sign up after a week, you're going to have to pay a lot more. So that's that, folks. I'm going to wrap it up here. Here's the best. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to force Messin to go on a live stream with me sometime this week. A lot of people have been saying that we need to live stream earlier. I mean, I'm live streaming like in the middle of the night over here. So we're going to try and live stream earlier from now on. Some JB was over here saying, I was just suggesting meta here for future readings, real world 3D scanning for NFTs, huge potential. Guys, the NFT market's huge. The number of transactions on OpenSea and Axie Infinity is vastly bigger than larger than the amount of transactions on all of DeFi. So the use case for NFTs are huge. It's very real. It's very here to stay. So many more transactions. Guys, wait until gaming comes out and a bunch of NFTs start to incorporate gaming. Sorry, a bunch of gaming projects start to incorporate NFTs. It's going to be absolutely huge. We have a gaming call in our VIP disc group that I'm very excited about. I think it's up. I'll have to double check. But guys, look, check it out. Like and subscribe, share, join the VIP disc group, and I'll wrap it up here. I'm going to go listen to the Donda album. Folks, until next time, take care. You guys are the best. Peace out.